Chisme.
It's Megan Rowe in the morning. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
My name is Megan, and I literally just had it. Oh, okay. Last night, I hung out with my friend Morgan, who doesn't listen to this podcast. And
I don't know about that.
we ate queso from Cassoulet and tacos from Taqueria Paraiso. And we watched this anime called Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. And it's about these girls who are part girl, part horse. And they go to this special school where they learn how to be good racehorses. It sounds really weird. It is probably one of the most bizarre concepts for an anime I have personally ever watched. And I've watched a lot of anime, but it's very nicely animated. It's very good. There's a lot of waifus there. I appreciate it as a show. There's a lot of lesbians in that anime.
Cool. All right. I'm Ro, and I'm on a tea frenzy. Bought this cup a while back. It's pretty cool. Has like a little.
If you get tea on my microphone,
I'm not gonna get tea on your microphone.
You got tea everywhere earlier.
It has a little canister. I'm gonna open it up. You can put your tea bag in there. I added honey, lemon, and very good, like a detox. Very cool.
Hey,
super sweet.
Okay, our director just tried to walk in. I wonder if she needed something from us.
Yeah, I like tea.
He likes tea. I like sweet iced tea, but I don't drink hot tea, really.
Today I'm drinking chamomile. Last night I drank green tea. No, pomegranate. Pomegranate tea.
Chamomile is not a good tea to drink during the day. It's like too relaxing.
So I'm always chilling. Always chilling.
Today we're going to be talking about the Angelina County Airport and Airport Cafe. And I assume you're going to put some kind of animation there where you were doing with your hand.
I hope so.
For the video version.
Hopefully I find a good one.
But before we get into that, what are your plans for this weekend? Because it's Friday as of we're recording this.
We're recording on a Friday. I don't know.
You
Maybe
know
play some more ocarina. Or just maybe hang out with my nephews. Hang out with them.
Right.
Bully them a little bit.
Sure.
You know,
It
regular
builds
stuff.
character.
Eat a lot of food.
I'm probably going to be packing to move into my new apartment because
She'll be boxing.
next week I am moving, which means, by the way, we're probably going to be uploading this during October. I know this doesn't fit the theme literally at all, but we're kind of running out of things to talk about that are spooky related. So yeah, I'll be packing and getting rid of stuff. And I think that's it for the most part. I really need to pack and clean.
Yeah.
It's coming up fast. Well, we don't really have anything going, so I guess we're going to get right into talking about the Angelina Airport Cafe. Okay, what was your experience with this place beforehand? Had you ever been? Did you know it was there? Have you ever been to the Angelina County Airport? Tell me about it.
So people that are not in Angelina County, or have you even known, if you didn't know there was an airport in Angelina County, hello, there's an airport in Angelina County. There's also an airport in Nacogdoches County.
Right.
So there are two airports, local airports. The one in Angelina, Lufkin, we'll call it Lufkin. The one in Lufkin, it's very known for like pictures because the driveway is like covered in trees. Looks all pretty for the fall pictures. You're like, oh my God, it's like so cute, like very kind of picture. Like it's a very cool setup.
Don't ever make that sound again. And if you do it again right now in this episode, I'm literally going to censor it out. Okay, pictures. Go ahead.
Like the turtle.
Stop.
It's very cool. Like it's very peaceful. The airport facility, like the actual buildings itself, there's not a lot. It's just a lot of hangars and a lot of runway. But it's a pretty cool spot to go to.
You told me you had been for an air show before?
Yeah, so I think once a year they have an air show. So pilots will bring out their planes and like do like stunts in a way. Like they'll do tricks, barrel rolls, 360 spins, or I don't know what they do tricks. They do tricks on planes. That's pretty cool. They have like smoke trails going up, doing all the cool little designs in the air. It's pretty cool. Like it's really loud because got planes flying everywhere. But overall, it's a pretty cool thing to experience. Lots of people are there. You can just show up, just watch it from the parking lot. I remember there's some gangster stuff right here. the job I used to work for years ago, the helicopter landed on my job's facility, like in the parking area. They came out, and the owners of the job I used to work for came out, and they got tickets to the air show. So they received tickets from a helicopter.
From a helicopter.
That landed on their facility. I was like, bro,
Wow.
that's some gangster stuff right there.
So you've been, how many times have you gone?
Just twice.
Okay. I've never been, and I didn't know that it had happened this year. Otherwise, I would have liked to go. So that'll be an episode that happens next year. Subscribe, stay tuned, follow. I've been out to the Angelina County Airport once. There was like a meteor shower when I was a little kid, and my family and I went out to the Angelina County Airport to like see if we could see the meteors, because it's kind of out there, you know, like there's not a lot of light pollution. And then another time I went when I was volunteering for Subculture Entertainment, and I was putting up posters, and they let me put up a poster to advertise the concert that was happening. I think it was ITZY. Was it ITZY or Card? I should know this. Anyway, it was something that was happening either late 2019 or early 2020. And, oh, okay. Fun fact. So my grandma and grandpa Harbuck, so on my dad's side, used to live out in Burke, which is a tiny little area between Lufkin and Diboll. And from the property that they rented, if you walked out into the woods, and it was like a lot of property. Okay. So there was the house, and there was like woods, and there was like a little shed, and then there was a barn in the back, and then past that was the airport. Like you could literally walk to the airport from their house and like look in the distance and see the runways and all the lights and stuff like that. It was pretty interesting. And we had gone there when I was a little kid because some military aircrafts had landed there. I think that my grandma would have a picture, I'm sure, but I don't know if she has access to it. But I'll ask her, and if there's a picture of my brother and I and the military helicopter, then it's boop, right there. But yeah, I hadn't really ever been for anything. Those are the only experiences I can remember. And we went to the airport cafe because I don't know about you, I had always heard really good things about it.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I have heard from like everyone, like the Angelina County Airport Cafe is super tasty, and they're only open from like 7 to 2:30.
Yeah. Breakfast and lunch.
Breakfast and lunch. And I'd never gone. I've always heard about it. I heard that they had really good food. And so yesterday we were like, let's go to lunch. Let's go try it out.
You know, yeah.
It was probably about 15 minutes away from Black Spot, wouldn't you say? It's closer to Diboll than it is Lufkin.
Yeah, so it's on the way to Diboll.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is closer.
So we got there, and when you walk in, there's like a little lobby area, and you can see like the parking lot for like the airplanes.
Yeah, like the parking station.
Because like the runway is the thing that they're on, like when they're trying to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were some planes and some like old folk sitting in the lobby, and then to the left is like, I guess, where the control room is or something.
That train is honking.
That train is really going.
Dang.
It is really trying to ruin our day.
All right.
And then to the right, there's the bathrooms, there's a conference room, and there's the cafe.
Yep.
And so we walk up, and these little old ladies run it.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really nice, and it was packed. Like every single table was completely full.
There was about, it's a small spot.
Mm-hmm.
There's about like 8-10 tables.
Right.
And there's like 4 to 6 per table.
Right.
It's mainly 4. So it was already packed. Like a small building, small area. It was already packed.
We got there at like 12:30 as well.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, we don't have any room. Do you guys want to eat in the conference room? We were like, sure, why not?
Yeah.
So she takes us to this conference room, and there's literally a sign on the door that says no food or drink.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, I guess it's okay because she brought us in here.
Yeah, and it already had like the napkins and the salt, pepper, ketchup already set up.
Right. So we sat down at this conference table meant for 8, and we were like, we're influencers.
Yeah, we get special treatment.
We get special treatment. We literally didn't even say who we were or what we were doing.
Nobody knows us yet, so we just took what we could. We just took what we got.
Right.
What we got, whatever.
The part of the cool thing about the cafe is that you can see the airplanes right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't get that experience necessarily, but the lady comes back after bringing us our drinks. I got a Dr. Pepper.
Got me a sweet tea. Well, yeah, I got sweet tea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, there's another option. We have picnic tables outside. Do you guys want to eat outside?
We said no multiple times.
We said no, but she was like, no, it's okay. Like you can, and we were like, no, we're fine in here.
We good, man. We trying to sit in the AC.
Mm-hmm. If it had been a little bit cooler yesterday,
I would have sat outside.
yeah, it's just that it was pretty warm. So yeah, we got a menu. It's a small menu. We'll put up a picture here. The breakfast menu is pretty extensive.
Mm-hmm.
They only serve breakfast until 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
But I got the chicken strip basket, and it comes with toast, fries, chicken strips, and gravy. It was really good. Ro?
I got me a patty melt, and the patty melt I had like, usually patty melts come with onions, so I said like, man, like no onions. But it was like toast, cheese. Now here's the best part. It was toast, cheese, like a 1/2 inch thick of patty, cheese, and then toast.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was scrumptious.
It looked good.
And like fries, like just
You got bacon too on yours,
oh
didn't
yeah,
you?
and I added bacon to mine.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, and then just regular fries.
They were huge portions.
Oh yeah.
For like the price you paid, it was kind of like I barely ate half of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time that we ordered our food, we asked if there was a dessert menu because I had heard that they had really good dessert. And she was like, well, we have fried pie and pineapple upside down cake and banana pudding. And we both wanted to get the fried pies. So I got an apple fried pie.
You got me a chocolate, like a chocolate mousse. I mean, it was mainly mousse.
Right. I would say the consistency was more reminiscent of a pudding.
Yeah, it was basically like a moon pie.
Mm-hmm. And those were really good. It's like, you know those apple thingies that like the apple pies that you can get at McDonald's? It was kind of like that, but way better.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely way better.
It was thick.
And the food
creamy.
was piping hot.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to like a restaurant and you get your food and they just brought it out, but you can tell that it's kind of been sitting for a second? This was not the case with this
like
place.
fresh off the.
I
fresh
burned
off
my
the
mouth,
grease.
like literally because of how hot it was. But I appreciated that.
Oh,
Everything was really tasty. The fries were good, better than some of the fries that we've had at other places that won't be named. But if you're a true fan of the podcast, you'll know.
Yep.
The chicken strips were really tasty.
The burger was on point. Like it was. Now it wasn't as good as like other burgers that I've had, but it was pretty good because it was thick. Like.
Well, and also you see that like, oh my God, my friend Morgan, she said it was like American hibachi.
American hibachi.
And I just like looked at her and she said, I'm not wrong. And I thought, yeah, you're not. Because they cook everything in front of you. You can see the whole process. There's like no hiding what's happening.
Like if you ever wanted to witness an old school diner setup,
That's
go to the cafe.
Right.
That's what it looks like.
I will say my Dr. Pepper was a little bit sweeter than I usually like it to be, personally. How was your sweet tea?
Not sweet enough, but it was the right amount of sweetness.
We had like the opposite problem then.
Yeah.
Because the Dr. Pepper, it was just regular Dr. Pepper, but it tasted like a slightly more vanilla'd. Like it tasted a little bit more syrupy. Which isn't a bad thing. I'm just giving y'all the 411.
Right.
I will be honest.
Uh-huh.
I think that the fries are not homemade.
No, they're not. They're definitely not homemade.
They're definitely not.
They're bagged.
But that's okay because
tastes good.
they are prepared with love.
Something in the grease just added
There's
that
something there
low pizzazz to
that
it.
makes them so good. Like, a lot of places you go to have bag fries.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's not like they're cutting the potato. Like, that's something
Nah.
Five Guys does, but not everybody does it.
Right. My personal favorite, just real quick, my personal favorite fries is the one from Royal Dog, which was renamed from Corn Dog 7. It was Corn Dog 7 first, now it's called Royal Dog. They got the best fries.
We'll have
in
to
my
go.
opinion.
But overall, the service was awesome. I mean, there's no like Wi-Fi there, or at least there wasn't while we were there. But we just like talked and enjoyed ourselves. I there was not one bad thing that I ate at all. The gravy was super flavorful. And the fries didn't even have salt on them.
They did. But I didn't even care if they had salt.
No,
honestly.
they were like, the thing is that they were the perfect texture, like
Yeah.
perfectly crispy on the outside,
Yep.
but like fluffy on the inside, you know? What else can we say about it? We've only been recording for like 15 minutes. This can be a short episode, but not 15 minutes short. 16 minutes.
All right, cool. Cut.
No.
I'm playing. But the food, the pricing of the food seems so cheap, but I spent $17 because everything was so cheap. I added on and on and on and on and on. So added bacon was $2. The fries were like, okay, everything is separate. So
Unless you get a basket.
Yeah, unless you get a basket. So the burger was separate. So like the burger was like 6 something or 7 something. Fries were like 2 something. Bacon was like 2 something. The dessert was, I don't know, because it wasn't on the menu, but we just said whatever, we'll go for it. And so yeah, like every little thing I added on, like obviously added up to the price, but it was well worth it.
Oh, definitely. And honestly, like if you're like a small eater, you could honestly probably just share what you get with somebody
like
because of how much food it is. Like you could split a burger or you could split the chicken basket. Mine was 12 something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but the basket was like 6 something. The drink was 2 something. And again, we don't know how much the pie was. But it doesn't matter how much the pie was because they were delicious.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
well,
true.
Well,
both.
The pie was delicious. Then after we were done, we were thoroughly stuffed. We oh my god, the mints were really good.
Yeah.
Didn't you agree?
Yeah, I love them.
They're homemade.
They are homemade.
They're right at the cash register. They're right there.
About Atkinson level.
Yeah. So, like, make sure that you get a mint on your way out when you're paying because you have to go and pay up at the front. They don't take your check. When you're done, you come up to the front.
Yeah.
So, after we got our mints, after we paid, we went outside and we were just going to leave. But we got to the car and we saw that there was a guy and he was in his airplane and he was, like, starting his airplane.
First of all, I think that's another gangster stuff you can do. Let me fly to the airport, grab a lunch, and then fly out.
Literally.
Like, how much of a baller can you be by doing that? You know, like, hey, rich friend, let's fly our little planes to the airport and fly back.
Yeah.
Okay, rich friend.
I wish that I had a friend like that. So yeah, we saw that he was doing that. We were like, oh, let's see if we can watch this plane take off. And right next to the building with all the stuff in it is this little pavilion area with all these picnic tables. And so we sat down at different picnic tables.
Yeah.
And we watched, and we sat there for, I don't know how long.
I think it was like 15,
maybe even 20 minutes. And we were like, okay, well, maybe he has to warm the engine up.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how to fly planes.
And we were just like joking the whole time.
Like maybe he's doing his pilot license. Maybe he's learning how to drive around the airstrip. I don't know. We don't know what's going on.
So then he starts to leave after like forever. And we're like, okay, we're going to watch him take off. We were getting excited. We were also joking that maybe it was because we were watching and we had to like look away.
He was nervous.
He was nervous and he couldn't fly with other people looking at him.
Yeah.
So he starts going down the runway very slowly. And I was like, well, surely he's going to start speeding up. Because if he's going to leave, he has to gain speed to let, you know? And we sat and watched as he just like kind of ambled down the runway.
Bo was just cruising.
Not even gaining any speed.
Nah.
And because we had been in the conference room the entire time of our stay eating, we didn't get to see any of the other planes take off. Because when we got there was like 6 or 8 planes.
It was basically like a plane show.
Yeah, there was
like a car show, but a plane show.
Planes there. And by the time we got done eating and went outside, there were like 4.
Yeah, that goes to show that the building is soundproof.
Yeah, for real. And also that it is a trafficked small airport. Probably just for personal use, I would say. Personal and military use.
Probably.
I can't think of any other reason why we would have one. Like, there's no commercial flight. Like, you can't just book like a ticket from Angelina County to LAX. That doesn't work.
No, there are airports that are that size, but not here.
Not here. And so yeah, he he never took off, and we did.
Mm-hmm.
We left.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's probably the same here. Probably 8 out of 10.
I'm definitely going to go back and bring friends because the service was good, the food was good. I want to try out their breakfast at some point.
Yeah, I might just skip my morning gym session and go to give me a little hot cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sounds good.
some coffee. Oh, they also have this thing they call a discovery flight to where, because I was joking around like, man, what if I want to learn how to fly.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I wasn't joking because I think learning how to fly would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's not like you never know, but maybe it might be you're in a moment where you never know. Maybe you do need someone who knows how to fly a plane. It'll
Right.
never happen, but just in case. They have a thing called the discovery flight. Our waitress told me all this. Discovery flight, you can book an appointment to fly with somebody like that's licensed, take off with them. They teach you a little bit like the basics to see if you're willing to like spend the money and learn to get your pilot license. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I couldn't find the website, but if somebody out there knows something about that, like hit me up. I want to be in a plane, in a small plane.
Yeah, me too. Which will be another episode of Megan Rowe in the Morning at some point. All right, well, that's all we have to say about the Angelina County Airport Cafe. Ro, do you want to do all of the social media stuff this time?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. First, I keep on forgetting the phone story.
Oh, yeah, we really need to tell that story.
So when we went to the social snap, that
Right.
episode.
That episode's already come out.
Yeah, it's already out. We went to the gas station in Henderson, and I got Megan the icy, and I got me a Red Bull. And because I had my priorities straight, I got the icy and Red Bull, and I dipped. We got to Nacogdoches, and then Megan gets this text from my phone like, "Hey, this phone was left here. You're the last person that texted them." Oh snap! I forgot. I didn't realize I didn't have my phone until we got to Nacogdoches. No, until they got sent to the text message. I was like, well, all right, whatever. And
we were
then,
like literally an hour away.
yeah.
And we were like closer to Lufkin.
Mm-hmm. So like, let's just go to Lufkin. Y'all go do y'all thing. I'll grab my car and I'll head back and I'll come back. It's no big deal. And so, rule number 1, phone check from now on.
We went to Old Town Spring recently. That episode should also be out,
Yeah.
I think. And I kept telling him literally the entire phone. I need to see your phone.
Got it.
And so I kept like making him show me his phone because like I had mine, but I needed to make sure. Thank you for
Yeah.
getting me that icy and sacrificing your phone.
Hey, priorities.
That would have really sucked if you had left it.
You gotta quench the thirst.
And like that person hadn't been honest about it.
For real.
The saving grace for Ro was that he doesn't have his phone turn off automatically.
Yeah. So if I didn't have my phone turned off,
Because you have a passcode on your phone, right?
yeah. So I left like it was fully charged, so there was no need for it to turn off automatically unless it was like face down. So the person was smart enough to go to the text message, text the last person, and it was funny because I took a picture of the icing machine
Literally.
of the gas station, so they know we were there.
Mm-hmm. What do you have me as in your phone?
Megan Harbuck.
Oh, you're just Ro in mine. So yeah, you finally guys have heard the story.
Yeah. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, anywhere you can listen to this podcast. Lots of podcasts.
Spodcast.
At Megan Rowe in the Morning or Mr. in the Morning on Twitter, which we're not as active, but we do have Twitter.
We do have Twitter.
You can use the hashtag Mr. in the Morning. That is MR in the morning. Follow us, subscribe to us, like us, because why wouldn't you like us? And final thoughts. Your turn.
Oh no, we've done it. We've done it differently this time.
It's Freaky Friday.
My final thoughts are, I don't know if I have any today, Ro. I'm sorry.
Drink tea and stop with the Herbalife.
Controversial.